It was a cold evening in Vancouver, the kind of night when the streets grow quiet and the city lights flicker against the damp pavement. Daniel, a single father, had just finished his late shift at the mechanic shop. He was exhausted, his hands still stained with oil, but his mind was only on one thing: getting home to his little girl, Emma. She was waiting with her favorite bedtime story, and nothing mattered more to him than keeping his promise to be there for her. But as he walked past the back of a nearly empty mall parking lot, he heard something that froze him in his tracks: a faint cry, a voice pleading for help. At first, he thought maybe it was his tired mind playing tricks, but then he heard it again, louder this time, followed by the harsh sound of someone shouting angrily. His heart raced. He turned the corner, and what he saw stopped him cold. A young woman was cornered behind the dumpsters, two men towering over her. They were shoving her, striking her, their cruelty spilling out in every harsh blow. She tried to protect herself, but she was clearly terrified and helpless. Daniel's first instinct was fear. He was just one man, and these two looked dangerous. He thought of Emma, of what would happen if something happened to him. But then another thought hit him harder. What if that was his daughter one day? What if someone stood by and did nothing? Without another second to think, Daniel shouted, "Hey! Leave her alone." His voice cracked through the night, firm and unshaken, though inside his stomach was twisting. The men turned, their faces hard and full of anger. One of them snarled, "Mind your business, old man." But Daniel didn't back down. He stepped closer, his fists clenched, even though fear ran through his veins. The men lunged at him, and a fight broke out. Daniel wasn't a fighter, but he fought with something stronger than skill. He fought with desperation. He took blows to his face, his ribs, but he stood his ground. Every punch he threw carried the weight of a father's love, the weight of knowing that if he backed away, an innocent girl might not make it out alive. The young woman screamed for them to stop, her voice trembling with fear. Finally, the sound of approaching footsteps and a flashlight beam cut through the chaos. Security guards from the mall had rushed over after hearing the commotion. The attackers, startled and panicked, bolted into the shadows, leaving Daniel bloodied and the woman trembling on the ground. The guards called the police, and within minutes the parking lot was filled with flashing lights. The young woman was shaking, tears streaming down her face, as she whispered, "You saved me, you risked your life for me, and you don't even know me." Daniel, breathing hard, wiped the blood from his lip and gently helped her stand. "No one deserves to be treated like that," he said softly. "If it were my daughter out here, I'd pray someone would do the same." The police thanked him, calling him brave, but Daniel only thought of Emma waiting at home. When he finally walked through the door later that night, his little girl ran to him, hugging his legs tightly. He winced from the pain but hugged her back with all the strength he had left. She looked up and asked, "Daddy, why are you hurt?" He smiled faintly and whispered, "Because sometimes we have to protect people, even if they're not family. That's what makes the world safer for you." The young woman later reached out to him, bringing flowers and gratitude. She told him that if he hadn't stepped in, she didn't know what would have happened. Daniel didn't see himself as a hero, he saw himself as a father who couldn't turn away from someone in need. That night became a reminder that bravery isn't about being fearless, it's about choosing love and humanity, even when it costs you. Daniel's story spread across the neighborhood, inspiring others to stand up when they see injustice, to never walk past someone who needs help. In the end, it wasn't just about saving one stranger, it was about showing his daughter, and everyone who heard his story, that real strength comes from compassion. Would you like me to also make 5 powerful image prompts for this story that you can use for your YouTube video thumbnail and scenes?